J4 Aceman is our bookkeeper. Never seen Dwarf Fortress takes minutia to honor form. Oh man, you have no idea. Like, here's how you assign squads. So right now we've got a squad with Goblin Gutters. Oh, we've lost a couple people from here. Derek's in there. Actually, that's interesting. I was gonna say the Nuts and Bolts squad, or Nuts with Bolts squad, has been completely emptied now because they were all assigned back there. Although we could wait for some of them to show up. But let's say we take a look at the Goblin Gutters. So we've got a couple of spots empty. Great. So we'll go and we'll grab Klingzor and Kirby. We're going to assign to the Goblin Gutters. And then we can take a look at the equipment screen over here and see, okay, Dragon Sword, who's leading the Goblin Gutters, we've told all the Goblin Gutters that their uniform is metal armor everywhere and they can choose their own weapon. We can see that Dragon Sword has got metal armor and headwear. He's got no leg wear. We could do that. What I could do is I could change this as well. I could be less picky. Say, you know what, for your legs, I could change the material here and allow you to use any material armor or something like that instead of specifying metal. Like, there's so much nitty gritty. Every body part and sub body part, like every finger and tendon and bone in the hand is a simulated part that can take damage and be involved in combat, and whew, it's crazy. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Quill could make up literally anything, and I couldn't tell if he's playing the game or if he's hallucinating because Dwarf Fortress. The hill here, it does look like, so people can climb this because there's a slope. However, if we go up, we've got another set of walls over here, although apparently they're unfinished, to protect that. Unsuspend, unsuspend. There we go. So that no one can actually climb these walls up and down and do anything. Although now that we're working on, see, without the multi-level, I can't actually tell where the cliff edges are here. Hold on a sec. Because we might still have to make some adjustments. I mean, I know we have to, now that we're doing this flooring here, I do have to, yeah, see, get rid of this diagonal spot. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the DF hack window. Multi-level? Or is it multi-view? Excuse me. I thought I just turned it off. Did I not? No, clearly not, because it's still working.
Winter is here.
Well, winter's upon us, so it's auto-saving. So you're missing an army squadron? The Nuts with Bolts are the ones we set to invade the Goblin territory, and they stay there. So the squad is still present in our militia list, but all the previous squad members are no longer there. They're actually not a part of our fortress at all. They're starting their own mini fortress, effectively. Yeah, after the first 1,000 hours, it gets much simpler. It's true. I don't even see the Matrix anymore. This is basically the base game. I do have like a couple of external utilities to help with certain automation and advanced features. For example, Dwarf Therapist is a outside utility that makes it much easier to see all your dwarves and all the skills. Like, here's the thing. These are all the skills the dwarves have, except for their other skills, which are all their, like a lot of their social stuff and things that aren't directly modeled. Like their ability to be a poet, for example, because reasons. And then also, right, then there's also their military skills. Like their skill with various weapons and various biting styles, like how good they are at biting, because reasons. And then, right, and then there's their stats, like their strength, their agility, their toughness, and all this, which normally you can't actually see directly in-game. You have to read descriptions like, oh, I guess it's not included here. So in the game, you can read descriptions that like gives you hints of like, oh, they're really like resistant to disease or something like that. And you're like, oh, that probably means they're really tough or something of that nature. Because reasons. I don't know, man. This game is insane. Anyway, yeah, so, okay. So you can see that how the landscape goes here. So it's hard to tell here, but yeah. So there's no way to walk here, and as long as we extend the wall here. So build, construct, wall. Right over here, and we knew we were going to have to do that. And we want, I think we're building this all out of granite blocks. So we'll do that. And then we'll get back to working on the flooring. afterwards. But yeah, as long as this wall gets completed and that wall gets completed, the slope here doesn't matter because we're going to be boxed in, so it's going to be okay. Quill, can you make a ditch around your wall and fill it with lava? Yes, you can. Because what you can do in this game is you can build pumping systems. You can build giant involved pumping contraptions that can pump any type of liquid, and assuming you make it out of lava-safe material, that can include pumping lava. So you could pump it to the surface and then fill a moat with it. And then I guess at that point you'd call it magma, but you know. There's even a semi-pressure system. One thing people have done as a defensive system is they've set up a pumping system and then, you know, blocked it off with a grate. And if they get invaded, they open it up and fill the map with magma. Just flood everything, right? They'll have walls, so we could flood this world with magma. Because reasons. Oh, there we go. Someone else wants to join our base for eradicating monsters. Boat murdered. Yeah, please do that. It makes it sound amazing. I've never done it. Setting up all the pump crew systems is, I mean, there's a fair amount of work for it, but proper crowd control. Oh, right, lava at the surface, magma underground. Yeah. Words are hard, man. Lava equals exposed magma. Then we always get an interesting discussion, right? So the stuff we see down here, the magma down here, if we've sort of exposed it by mining to it, but it's still underground, so do we call it magma or lava? Because it's still underground, but it's exposed to our cave system. It's like, I don't know. Hey, lowercase rho! The poet just gave birth to a girl. One of the one thing I remember at least is the difference between a stalagmite and a stalactite. Stalactite has a C in it, so it grows out of the ceiling. It's the only thing I've got. Mava. Rhyme Pendragon has the right answer. We'll call it Mava. Lava equals post-eruption. Yeah, but what if it's not eruption? What if you just pump it? See? It's like all these differences. It's the same substance, so it should just have one goddamn name. Just like differentiating between a meteor and a meteorite. It's like, oh, but this is only counts when it's on the ground. It's like, yeah, but it's the same rock, right? So why did it change names from when it was here to when it was here, now it's got a different name? Things don't do that. If it's the same thing, it can have the same name. It's like, language can be really beautiful and interesting sometimes, and other times it's just really dumb. It's literally the same stuff. What name would be too simple for the English language? Yeah, there you go. Build a tower out of the hillside. Call it rain, but then call it a puddle or water. It's true, although with the rain, it's sort of like the act, it's the situation, right? It's still water. Either way, like, you know, rain is drops of water, and a puddle is, you know, standing water. But rain is like this when it's a situation. So that's different. Like, I'm not going to say that, like, we should rename an eruption to just lava or whatever, because an eruption is a situation. What if a meteor/meteorite crashes into a volcano and then causes magma to come and become lava? There you go, Spiro. You got it. One thing that is interesting, there's no true, like, definition change between, like, some of, like, the lakes and seas. And it's not even, like, a fresh, like, versus salted thing, because they're, like, freshwater seas and stuff like that. It's sort of arbitrary. Just like sort of continents and islands is sort of kind of arbitrary. People will say things about continental plates and whatever, but there's, like, a million different exceptions to that, too. We're really inconsistent. Do love a good cranky old guy rant. Yeah. And I can bitch about language bullshit a lot. That's one of the reasons they sort of, like, when, you know, people pick apart, like, the choice of words I might use in a stream or pronunciation. First of all, usually it's, like, regional differences. Like, how many times we've talked about frickin', I mean, so many things. One of the great examples that always comes up a lot, especially with Civ, is the whole granary versus granary thing. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong if you say granary, but I will tell you that you're wrong if you say that I'm wrong for saying granary. 'Cause, yeah. Are all of the bacon then pig bacon true bacon? Oh, one of the things I always like is how the differentiation between, like, we call the animal a pig, but the food pork, right? Or beef versus cow. And it like comes back to like the Norman invasion and what, you know, sort of the upper crust people called the product versus what the peasants were calling the animal. I always thought that was really interesting. All right, so nothing's happened for a while. So we should do something. Well, first of all, actually, I want to check. Did our mission finish? It's whiskey and chocolate! Oh my god, it's whiskey and chocolate! Hold on. If we go and look over here, how can I get information on these guys? I just want information on the dark dwarven pits of Black Guilty. Population of 60. So there's still a lot of goblins there. They're working for the things. Like I can request workers. So they're still here. Okay, the mission is still there. How do I find the mission list? Cancel this. Okay. See. I guess if I hit missions. Oh, there we go. So you're still there. You haven't done it. I guess you're still working out the details of the arrangement. Okay. Because I was thinking like we could reassign some of those guys to Nuts with Bolts. But let's go and we're going to start a new Nuts with Bolts. Marcus, Rowe, mischievous art, okay, there we go. So we're gonna get a new Nuts with Bolts working out over here. Which section of the map? Which section of this map is you? Oh, so yeah, so this is the world map, and I mean you can move around. There's like more to the world than just this. If we center on fort, we are right here. Our fort is right there. That's us. Right over here, and it gets a little clearer if you go to holdings and tributes, right? This is us. This is the dwarven place we just took over. These are some elves we've already raided, so now we're at war with them. I would like to hit more goblin places. Did I say dwarven? I think I keep saying dwarven when I mean goblin or elven or some shit. Words are hard, as established. Anyway, this is the goblin place we took over. These are more goblin places, but there's a lot more people here. And then some elven places. But we're probably going to keep hammering at some of this stuff. We will see. Dolph Knight with the burn? Oh, I missed it. You call the series Golden Halls, but you have no Golden Halls. Well, where is Sir Duke? Okay, sorry. First, let me address these walls. These are all golden. Huh? Whiskey and chocolate. It was a donation. Oh, there! Yes! Right, hold on. Dolph Knight. I like to think of it this way. At your computer, your name is Quill. In real life, it's not. You change name depending on where you are, too. Well, there's that. And I mean, you know, sometimes, like, you'll have your full name with your parents and then, you know, a short form with your friends. That's true. There is that. Although half the time I get called, Quill IRL as well. Shoot, I've already forgotten the name. See, this is why I can't... I'm doing too many things at once. What was the name? It's Sir Duke. The duck, I says. Sir Duke, what's your deal, man? Why are you... Oh, you're starving. We're currently eating. Okay, you're fine. Okay, you're probably just really far away or something. You're in the kitchen. You're getting some food. You're going to be all right, Sir Duke. Yeah, when you pronounce your full name. Yeah, like with your middle name, throw that in there. Yeah. But again, I like to think of that as a state. You're it's a different state. It's like rain. Father calls you by your first name plus my name. Yeah. The Duck of Death. How's a noble situation? Well, we don't have one yet. Where was that screen to, like, become capital? I have forgotten. Oh, there it is. Become capital. So yeah, we're gonna need some offerings. Now, I think we'll get offerings automatically from our holdings, but presumably we can also do it if we set up tributaries and things like that. What's the room down south of your dining room with chests and tables? Down over here, this is our temple. This is our generic non-denominational temple. And then we got some other temples down here, which still needs decorating and stuff, working on gold statues and making it more interesting. But we've got some temples to specific gods over here. So we got Solon's short spears meditating on Earth. Because one of the reasons we have a prisoner over here, where'd you move to? Right over here. Poor affluent alpaca is, I think the thing that made him snap is not being able to worship his god for a long time. Assace over here is pretty cranky too. What's your deal, man? Assace is under a great deal of stress. Gratitude, felt proud. Why are you stressed? Worried, lack of decent meals for too long? What are you talking about? Lonely being away from friends? Is it because you were in the military too much? How do we get to the next squad over? Because there's... Oh, is it the plus button? It is. Oh, that's the problem. The Goblin Gutters. We never reset their schedule. Hold on. Copy. Paste. Well, I don't know if that's the only problem. But that's certainly something. The Goblin Gutters, if they were enabled, they're training non-stop, which is bad. We need to give them more time off to do other work and to hang out with their buddies. I don't even know if the squad was active, though. No, they were inactive. So that actually didn't matter. Actually, all our squads actually were set to inactive. We're going to set them to active so they can organize their training, pick up their gear and equipment and various things a little bit better. Your prisoner has had how many days left to sentence? That's a great question. I believe we go to the justice system over here. I think you might be done. Affluent alpaca. I think if it says no sentence pending, because I think here it used to say your time. So presumably someone's going to let you out. The problem is you're still currently going berserk. I don't know if that's going to end or not. Room to the east looks like Mickey Mouse. Yeah, you're true, actually. You're right. I know Kerbal music. Because Kerbal, they just grabbed some public domain music. It's like, Kerbal, everything with Kerbal was originally done on the cheap. So this is not actually Kerbal music. It's just that they use the same public domain tunes, which is kind of amazing. Tantrums probably, yeah, maybe. He'll starve to death sooner or later. I mean, people keep giving food over here. I don't know if the Berserk guy eats. There is food in the room with him. So we'll see. It's whiskey and chocolate. That's whiskey and chocolate. No one here is what he appears. Oh, thank you very much. Took me a while to read the name. Drink, dwarves, drink. Here's some dwarven whiskey. Hope to see some Imperial Rome when it comes out. I know. By the way, if you guys haven't, so thank you very much for that, by the way. But if you guys didn't know, the release date for Imperial Rome has been announced. Was it April 25th? I think that's right. I'm willing to bet they wanted to do an Ides of March release, but, you know, they're probably like, we need a little bit more time. So we got a release date for that. We also got a release date for the Man the Guns expansion and mega patch for frickin' Hearts of Iron 4, which is coming at the end of this month, the end of February. Is it like just the 28th or something like that? It's gonna be... Yeah, no, Punisher, I think there's a little crossover, because I think February is Man the Guns, and April is Imperator. But yeah, that Man the Guns, I'm looking forward to it so much. I mean, like, the expansion by itself, like, expansions are always going to be cool, but for this, it's like, it's the patch. It's like the reintroduction of fuel, the complete revamp of how, like, the Navy works. Oh man, it's going to be good stuff. Super pumped for it. I haven't played Hoy in a little while. It'll make the USA better, more interesting. I think so. We probably have to mine out more cobaltite. It's probably all there is. I don't know if cobaltite is a vein. I don't remember where we found it. There's some down here, but let's go. Yeah, so right over here. This is hopefully cobaltite, not microcline. Doesn't my mouse clicking work here? Oh, there you go. Maybe it was zoomed out. Yeah, cobaltite over here. So what we can do is we can just mine out some cobaltite veins, just in case that was the problem. Make sure we got some more blue stone. Started a new Hoy game a few days ago. I can't remember anything how to play. It doesn't help that there's so much new with the DLC I bought. I know, right? Well, I think we've talked about, like, when we've joked about the Hoy tutorials for a long time. I think this will be a perfect time to do a proper Hoy tutorial with the big changes that are coming with Man the Guns and that patch. I don't know what the patch name is. Name all their patches after what? Like big, like, military plans or something? Something like that. The coffins are a little slow too, but we've got a fair number of things being built with gold. I mean, it's possible that we are running a little low on actual gold veins. I think this was all gold, and I guess we've scooped it all up. Maybe. Now, if we go up a level, there might be gold hiding in Demdare Hills. Yeah, see, there's some here. So if I'm worried about running low on gold, we'll mine out these veins. So vein mining has been introduced to base Dwarf Fortress, but I still use the DF hack version because it's easy to just hit Control V when you're in digging mode, and it'll just designate out the rest of them. It just removes so much micro of like having to recheck where the vein is and stuff like that. I guess there's some cobaltite here too, so we can just do this while we're at it, and who knows what else it'll spot. Okay. Patch name is Ironclad. Oh, that's a good name. Have you thought about doing another Kaiserreich playthrough? Absolutely, I've thought about it. It's certainly something I want to do. Still be able to close the gates outside of the overhang? Yeah, as far as I know, like, the gates and things are only ever 1 Z level high, tall, no matter how long the bridge actually is. I might be wrong about that. Oh, everything's frozen. Okay, so let's go back up here. No, this isn't quite done yet either, is it? Oh no, there's just some snow. Okay, so we're gonna build, construct, floor, box select enabled. What we're gonna do is, I know a bunch of this is already done, but that's okay. We're gonna go from there to there. And we're doing it out of granite blocks. Right, like that. And some more flooring over here. So some of it got interrupted. I think there were some trees in the way or something. And then what we're gonna do is build, construct, wall. We're in box placement there too. Actually, not walls. We want to build fortifications. These basically have arrow slits. There we go. Okay. Oh, something got canceled here. Is there like a tree or something in the way?
It's whiskey and chocolate.
Why can't we build here? Doesn't look like there is. You know what? We'll revisit it after. More whiskey and chocolate. Is there... Okay, first of all, is there diamond in Dwarf Fortress? No, I don't think there is. And yes, I did hear the paradox about Prison Architect. I wonder what they're up to too. It wasn't just Prison Architect that they got. So, hold on. Let me do the whiskey and chocolate and we'll talk about Prison Architect. Oh my gosh! Hey, Dark Complex, thank you very much! A bribe to do a walkabout of the current Empyrean server creations before the reset. Okay, Dark Complex, we've certainly proven in the past, especially when we're playing Tropico, that El Presidente Quill is very open to bribes. So, okay, I will do a walkabout of the server. I actually have finally gone through the steps to elevate like my user in Empyrean to administrator, so I can even teleport around the world. So it'll be really easy for me to zop about. So we will do that. We'll do a walkabout of the current server before we do a reset. Done. Bribery works. Oh yeah, Prison Architect. So Paradox has already worked with as an intro version. Is that what their name is? The Prison Architect people, and the Prison Architect people like finished Prison Architect and they want to be done and working on a new project. So that's what they're doing now. So we're sort of done with it. Paradox has worked with them to make the mobile version of it, or to publish the mobile version of it. So they had a relationship, and yeah, they picked up Prison Architect. But it's not just Prison Architect. They sort of like it includes rights to sort of like the idea of like the architect name for games and that style. So does it mean that Paradox wants to do an expansion for Prison Architect? Maybe. I'm willing to bet, and I don't know, I have no insider information. I'm willing to bet they might just be trying to do another something architect game or something like that, maybe using some of that technology. Baggy K just gave birth to a boy. Aw, nice. Congratulations, Baggy K. Can you resub on mobile? I think so. Too Drunk too. I'm assuming. Maybe people. I think they do that all the time. Introversion software. Yeah. Will Quill even acknowledge the thing about stockpiles being full? Oh, wow. Okay. We have a lot of trees. We need more bins to put the logs in there. We are burning the trees because we're making coal over here. Charcoal. Yeah, so, I mean, we're burning through some of that, but yeah. And we are constantly making bins as well. What I could do is put in a job for wooden bins. We'll, like, use up part of the problem. We'll make, like, 30 wooden bins, so that'll use some of the wood, and then make more bins to put things in there. I want the guys at Stellaris, Dwarf Fortress, and Rimworld to make something together. Be so happy. That's interesting. Make a new tree-only stockpile. I mean, we could store them outside. Oh, we got some food rotting over there. The other thing I could do is make another wood furnace. The thing is, we have access to, you know, to lava magma down there. And so we could just do those smelters, but I really love the idea of just sitting here burning wood. Because screw the elves, man. You can put logs in bins? Maybe you can't. I don't know. On stream, they announced Paradox buying it. They said they plan to make a future free/paid DLC and new games of the same type. Okay. And yeah, it's been a while. Like, I haven't played Prison Architect in a while because, I mean, at a certain point, you're like, okay, I've sort of figured out the game. So if Paradox does go and make more content for it, that'll be great because I'll play Prison Architect again. Still need wood to make pig iron and steel. No. I mean, you need charcoal. Like, you need some sort of coal product, and you also need a flux material. Mine candy. Yeah, I'll just start calling it Mava. Maybe it is the best, even though it's confusing. We need, like, a good term for it. Like, I like how we, like, I got to, like, foot soccer ball. I feel that that was one of the great successes of my channel, is, like, discovering that term, foot soccer ball.